I mean, it's taken rewound to the season. We've looked at this player. Liverpool were all in on Zubamendi, weren't they? And trying to get him and start the six. You know, they've been looking for it. A different type of six than what we'd look for under Jurgen Klopp. But that was the attempt. Now it's an interesting one because Gravenberch's come to the party and we've talked about him. He is the surprise for everything. So you just wonder, especially in terms of the fact we play 3-8, the fact we vary it so much, the fact that, you know, different players can play different positions. I know you kind of alluded to it a little bit, so I do wonder maybe some relief for Gravenberch. Is it still an out-and-out six, you think, or is it a hybrid or something else we could be talking about?
The thing at the moment, I mean, the last time we looked at 6-6 in TMN must have been in the summer, right? Must have been in the summer. All the players we've linked at the moment has been a hybrid. With potentially a player that's slightly more defensive minded than Grav. I know I would be tempted to look at those kind of players. Not quite a more of the same, because I don't think Slot believes in that. I think he might try and get a slightly different slant of this of Grav, but towards the other way. But equally, I mean, you never know. The guy at Brighton,
Labour.
Yeah, it would cost us an arm and a leg, but he is that. He's a lot more defensive than Grav, but he's not a true through six, right? So that will give you that. There are players like him around that won't cost you as much as Brighton, but you take a risk because you signed him before he's got the big move. I would be tempted. I think if you look at a link and the player's tall, mobile, physically up for it, you look at his dual rate and his aerial rate for a start, and then you look at is his pass completion, because none of our midfielders can't pass the ball, by the way. None of them, they're all above 85%, 86 pretty much, right? So they're your key components. Can he pass the football? Does he win the majority of his duels? Is he aerially strong? Is he quick? Does he do sprints, and is he mobile, and is he tall, right? Tall is a really important factor for Slot. If he hits those six, I think you're in and around what the target we're looking for to play, to sign for Grav. I do think we're looking for another midfielder. Unfortunately, I do think he's linked to Trent or another contract. I think if we've chatted a little bit about it, we will have to tweak the system somewhere.
Yeah.
So if Trent confirms he's definitely going, then I think you're going to need to find a way of getting your midfield to create more threat. And therefore you might consider moving back further forward, and then you get a different type of player to play next to Grav, right?
True.
You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Trent, I don't think Trent, but there's other options you can do, or you get another Dom in, but it's just, I think it changes the profile of that player slightly, but I still think they'll be tall, they'll be quick, they'll be mobile, they'll win the duels, and they'll be aerially strong. I think any player we sign in midfield, they have to tick that box. I said the guy Brian is probably been one of the ones to look at. Obviously, Chelsea, they're going to send us Casido, but those kind of profile of players, I think would offer us a good alternative to Grav, while still being able to pass the ball and do the rest of it. So, and you'd also then, if you bought a more defensive minded, you can play the two of them, and Grav could be a bit more of an 8, which he has the attributes to be, right? So you then give Mac a rest as well. So it just gives you better options, I feel, in doing that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So I still think we'll sign one. I have moved away from thinking about Zubamendi because I think we've moved past that as a club. I think his age profile has gone as well out the window. But I think it'll be a more defensive-minded, but I don't think Slot wants a true 6, if you like. I don't think we're going to sign Fab, for example.
No. Tough, innit? We'll have to see. And we've looked at a few on TMM. We've talked, as you mentioned, about Belaber. We looked at Emery, a young passer. And we've got a few more hybrid midfielders coming up on the docket in the near future. So we'll be able to talk you through that. There we are, ladies and gents. I mean, What a team. What a midfield. That midfield, as we broke down, has been sensational. The difference in terms of McAllister's intelligence, Szoboszlai, the areas he covers, Grav, that metronomic element as well, and an 81% win rate. Even CJ, as we said, the win rate's lower, but just the areas and what he offers is so unique and important. Endo and Elliott, especially Endo, they've had their real value this season. Is the long-term future there? Who knows? Recruit, me and Bart's both want one. You'll find out who is our first choice on the next episode of TMM, and we'll see if it's even doable. But there we go. But all it leaves me to say, mate, for the full insight, the full analysis, for stats for the entire campaign, fully briefed, it is massively, massively appreciated from me and all the viewers, pal.
No worries, anytime. That is no problem.
And ladies and gents, that was a stats special for Anfield Index.